everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be reviewing these Zebra Zensations mechanical colored pencils. I did find these at my local Dollar Tree, but you guys can find this on Amazon for about $11 for a pack of 12. I got orange, yellow, purple, green, red, and blue. At first I was a little confused at the numbers that you see here. I thought the numbers maybe represented the size of the lead and was a little concerned because they went up to like 10, but it turns out that the number is representative of the color because these don't have the name of the color on the barrel of the pencil. The name is on the packaging though if you buy the individual packages. I haven't seen the name on the full package though, just a heads up for everybody. This is what they all look like up close. The barrel is a triangular shape and a very cheapish feeling piece of plastic. I'm not sure really why they didn't use a more sturdy plastic for the outside, but that's just my personal opinion. And the top part doesn't have a setting, like, you know, those little settings that you could put in your pocket and it holds it there. I guess because it's triangular shaped, they just assumed that would keep it in place and they didn't have to add that nub there, but this is what the lead looks like. It's very thick. On the packaging, it shows a very sharp piece of lead on there for the point, and so I was pretty surprised that when I opened up the orange that it was a blunt tipped color pencil. I'm not a fan of that, honestly. It says no sharpening needed, but I like sharp color pencils so I can get into very tiny spaces when I'm coloring, especially with this kind of a point with how fat it is and thick. It's very hard to get precise areas. I am writing with the edge right here, which is kind of sharp, I guess, but it's because it has a blunt end, which if you're going to use that for that, then I guess it's fine. It might whittle it down with the use, but personally I wish it had had a sharpened end like a regular mechanical pencil. It just feels very kindergarten-y to have such a blunt thick edge there, and to have just the pencil be so large. I'm not a fan of that exactly. The orange was more on the brown side of orange. The green was fine. I like the green color a lot, but the red was a pinky red and I am not a fan of pink reds. And the blue pencil didn't even want to work at first. Look at this. It's literally just going right back in. I'm trying to grab it so it can pull out and it's not working. I tried putting pressure against the paper while it was out to try to get it to get stuck a little bit, and it did end up working eventually. But that was a big issue I had because it had me wondering how many of the pencils would end up like that in the larger packs that you would pay for, because this is with the individual ones and they're all the same size. They are refillable. That's a really good side of this product, but I was so concerned about that one blue that didn't want to work. This is what the yellow looks like. It looks kind of muddy when you first see it. It was a little upsetting, but it comes out all right. It's not the most vibrant yellow color pencil ever, but it's fine. This is the purple color pencil. They're number 13. As you can see here, it's a lot darker than it actually shows on the barrel, and it's more of a violet purple than it is a bluish purple, which is great. I really enjoy more of the reddish tinted purples than anything. And now I'm going to be showing you guys what it looks like to color in with the edge and how it looks like to color in with the blunt part. It's honestly really pretty when you use it with the blunt part. I really like it, but I don't like having to hold my hand in a different angle just to be able to use the larger part. It feels very awkward to hold, and I'm just not a fan of it, to be quite honest. I know it doesn't sound like I'm giving these a very good review right now, and it's honestly because I'm not a fan. I don't like the shapes of the leads. I don't like how this feels in my hand. I don't like how thick it is. I'm not a fan of the colors. They're not very bright. It feels waxy when you're drawing and coloring with them. Just doing this felt a little, I had to draw pretty hard to get some of the color on there, because if you do it too light, it barely wants to come onto the paper. Also, sorry for the blue right there. I totally messed up. So I'm going to put a little X right there, but I had to push so hard onto the paper just to get the pigment to show. I wasn't a fan of that, honestly. I decided to doodle a little face here for you guys just to show you all, like, if you're drawing something with a line, you have to definitely use the edge of it, because there is no point in the middle. Yes, I don't care that I'm upset about it. It's not my favorite color pencil, and they're really expensive. I get it, refillable and mechanical. That's a great concept. I think other color pencil companies do it better, honestly. I'm not a fan of this. I am going to show you guys up close what the colors look like, and I am going to show you what it looks like erasing, because I know there are some color pencils that are a little easier to erase than others. Usually they're the ones that aren't as waxy, but this is what everything looks like when you color with them, when you write with them. You do really have to push hard. I just want to put that out there. If you're somebody who doesn't like to push hard and just likes the color to come out smoothly and the pigment to show up easily, this is definitely not the color pencil for you. So here is the eraser that I'm using. I use this pencil all the time. The eraser is great, honestly. It feels like one of those big rubber pink erasers, you know, those really good ones you get at the store. And I'm going to show you guys what it looks like right now. Usually when I use an eraser on color pencil, it at least removes most of the pigment, and with this, it stains. Like, it stains so hard, which is so crazy to me, because it's hard to get the pigment onto the page, but once the pigment is on the page, you are never gonna get it off. There's no way you can undo a mistake with this, that it dyes the page in an extremely crazy color. It's just not my favorite. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm so sorry. I mean, I love doing reviews for you guys, but that's why I'm doing them, to let you guys know if it's worth it or not. And for the price, they're basically $1 a piece, and I'm not feeling it. The colors aren't pigmented enough. It's very waxy. It got too blunt of a point. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth that much. And they do show children using these in their advertisements, and I'm like, I would not give a child, first of all, a mechanical pencil, color pencil like this that they could lose easily, that cost that much. Second, I would not pay this much, because honestly, kids would do fine with something like Crayola. It's not worth it, and this is not like for an artist who is very professional and who is actually trying to sell their art for money. I don't recommend this pencil. I definitely recommend other different types of pens and stuff from Zebra, that those are fine. It's just that the color pencils were not their best work, and that was my final thoughts on it. I give it a 3 out of 10. 3 because they work. They're colored pencils, but they're not good ones, especially not for the price. I'm very disappointed in these. But thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time for another review. Bye!